Okay. Little 22 minutes of C++. Not enough time, but I got like 10 minutes in this morning, so I gotta upload that. I forgot. Doesn't matter, but whatever. Stay accountable. So the strat, 2.5 hours. Well, really as many hours as possible. I don't know how many I got. Probably more than that, ish. Doing game dev today. I added some fun spells to my game. Allahu Akbar and what else? I think that's it. I fixed Blink. I fixed Crunch. And I'm adding a death screen now. So when you die, you can respawn and whatever. So I've prepped the death screen. I don't have any more time today to work on that. So now to do this, where we're doing the most optimal C++ learning possible. This time we're continuing with inheritance. Oh yeah, so we were saying how the children inherit features from the parents, just like fruits inherit, or apples inherit having seeds from the fruit parent class. So we could have something like, we'll just do struct. We could do, well, I don't know how it's going to work as well with classes, but we could have struct fruit, right? We could say int seeds, okay, and it has some amount. And then we have a struct called apple, and it inherits from fruit, and it has nothing. And then int main, oops. Okay, and we could create apple Granny Smith, okay? And it's initialized with nothing. Cool. We could do Granny Smith seeds, or M seeds, whoops, whatever. Increment it, and that won't do shit. I mean, it'll just increment it by 1. And that's the wrong way. Well, and yeah, really it should be, if I was going to do that, it should be plus plus, because this is more efficient, so we'll do that. What if I did this and I actually just gave it 5? So, interesting. So does that actually increment? Because it doesn't have anything else to... Is that what happens? Because a fruit is basically an integer that's just named differently and has nothing else, does that actually increment? Does it become 6? Or what was the... Where did 5 go? Or, sorry, not this. We need... Include standard character output. And we're just going to print it. Okay, what do we get? Do we get 6? No way. Because fruit only has one thing, which means apple only has one data member. We can initialize this apple. Wow. Okay, I guess expecting that once I saw the results, but I wouldn't have expected that. I'm surprised. Okay, that's cool. This diagram, triangles with the child to parent. Yeah, so like if you have a child and you don't specialize it, you don't do anything, we don't use polymorphism to change it at all, then, or I guess it's not really polymorphism, it's inheritance here, but I mean, I'm not sure where exactly we diverge. But inheritance, if I had square as rectangle, so we have this rectangle class which square inherits from, and we had nothing in square, it was blank, then it would just be rectangle. And I could do everything to it as if it was just rectangle. Wow. Yep, triangle's the shape, as quadratus. Excuse me. Yeah, so in this case, triangle is a parent to right triangle and a child of shape. Yep, makes sense. Behaviors, member functions, and properties. Yep. Subject to access restrictions like protected. So apparently protected is where you can use them in the child. So I could say, I can use anything with a shape like get number sides. And triangle could have its own separate, totally different stuff like B is right triangle to tell whether it's a right triangle or not. And it just checks to see if any of the 3 angles are 90. And then, what else? Or could just check to see, well, yeah, I mean, that's really what it should check for. Are any 90? You check to see if one's greater than 90, because if it is, then, or greater than, yeah. Well, I mean, just check if any's 90. Yeah, that's the best way. So it doesn't matter. But apparently, triangle could not get the get number sides member function if you don't mark that member function as protected. If you mark it as public, sure. If you mark it as protected, sure. Apparently, triangle can use it as well, but not if it is private. because that's only the shape class that can use it. But I tried earlier, I thought, with a class and it had a protected member function, and I tried to use it. I think, let me verify. I kind of want the Kingsfield music. It's my favorite right now. Oops, totally wrong music thing. Okay, so we're gonna do two classes. We'll just do this. Class shape and class triangle, sure. All right, and we'll say, we'll just do protected, sure, and we'll say there's an integer num sides, and we'll say int get num sides, const return num sides. Okay, and we'll do nothing to triangle. We'll create a triangle named Fred or named right. Okay, cool. And we'll say right. Oh, we can't call it from main. So the point is, where are we actually calling this? Do we call it in the constructor? Like, I don't know where we use the stuff in protected. Is the point to just do it for the data members and not the member functions? Like, when am I going to use it? Am I going to just call it in? Am I going to call it on it itself? Am I going to do this dot, or am I going to do reference this dot something? Like, I don't know when I would actually do that. Is there a way I can get? Can I do super? Like, nobody, I don't know. So, okay. Inherits member functions and the properties. Okay. Yep. Variables and functions. Sure. Data members and member functions. Sure. Behaviors and properties. Yep. They become members of the derived class. So allegedly, those functions should be members of the derived class in this case, in the protected case, but maybe not. Child classes are fully fledged, so they can have their own too. Makes sense. That's the, I guess it's not polymorphism, but it's inheritance, where the child has unique stuff. For example, I have genetics from my mom and my dad, and therefore I have genetics. I'm a child of my mom, but I also have extra stuff. Granted, it's from my dad and the mixture of the two, and anything that the environment has impressed upon me, but I'm different from my mom. That's the point. The right triangle is a specialization of triangle. So we have class person, we have a name, we have an age, we have a default constructor where, let's see. Actually, no, it's not even a default constructor. Oh, yes, it could be, because both can be default, actually. Okay, interesting. Yeah, both are default. So by default, the name is empty and the age is 0. Cool. And then the name is something, the age is something. So we give a name and an age, but we might give nothing. So the point is we can say, oh, and then we also say return by reference get name. And we can do that because the name exists in the person outside. So we can return the standard string by reference. Not needed because it can already do move semantics, so it's fine. But we could do that. Int get age. Unless I'm misremembering in the ampersand, the reference operator is the way that we invoke move semantics, but I don't think that's true. Then we can also get age and its const. Both of these are const because they're not changing the data members. Makes sense? Yep, sure. Every person has a name and an age. Cool. And sure, we've made them all public. Cool. When we make them private. Okay. A baseball player. So the point is we're going to have a baseball player and it's going to inherit from a person. He's going to have a name, he's going to have an age, but he's also going to have something else, like his batting average or whatever. Oh, home runs batting. Oh, shit. Let's go. I mean, that's exactly what you'd expect, right? Program that keeps track of some baseball players. Baseball players are players, so they also have names and ages. We don't want to have this other class that's very similar, and it is a person. And now we have to make our own age and whatever the other one is, name for it too. You should already have a name and an age. Yep. Here it's going to come. It's going to say, yep, basically. But we also need the stuff that we already had earlier. Yep. And again, these could be default too. You get created as a baseball player. You have 0 average and 0 home runs because you have no stats yet. Cool. So one, we could add this as members. It's the worst choice because we're duplicating, we're writing extra stuff, And now it's stored in multiple places. We can't have the person as a player and a person, so yep, makes sense. Yeah, so if we do one on one, we have to do one on the other if we're storing this person in both places. So we'd have to have a person, this guy Jack as a baseball player and as a person. We could add, okay, is this retarded? Add person as a member of, okay, baseball player is a okay, this is just stupid. This actually makes even less sense to me. I'd almost rather have it in two different places than link it like that because it just makes no sense. That's like the car, it's like having a class called car and then having a class inside it called Chevy. What the hell? Or like, it's not even like having brand as its own class because that wouldn't even make sense. That would just be a string. Or an enum. Yeah, exactly. See, if we're talking about object-oriented approaches, no. Baseball player does not own a person. It doesn't have one. A person is not part of a baseball player. A baseball player is a person. Yeah. Have it inherit those from person instead. It is a relationship. It is a. Doesn't have a. It is a. Okay. All right. I really like learning C++ this way. This is great. This brings the fun back. Okay. No more lambdas. Again, aggregation stuff. Okay. Making baseball player a derived class. To have it inherit from a class, the syntax is fairly simple. After the class, I'm curious to see how it differs between C# and C++. Please, we'll just do AI here. Please create a basic class in C++ and C# to compare, contrast the syntax. Identical class, please. I wish that would have just gone into AI mode, but okay. Okay. Two things. So we have, we're probably doing using. Oh, wait, what? Oh, it's CPP. Oh, I didn't want all that, but okay. All right, book. So we have pragma ones include, sure, we have class book. Okay, this is shit syntax, but okay, public. We have, oh, okay, a constructor. Wait, what? Ew, this is disgusting. Put your private stuff above so that we know we're not using stuff before it's fucking, oh, that's disgusting. Okay, I'll just look at it and see if anything looks weird. Okay, book. Using system instead of IOStream. Okay. We're saying it's a public class. Why? I'm not sure why. I guess because classes themselves can have access specifiers. I'm not really sure. And now all these are public instead of being private and other stuff, which is interesting. Okay. And so, but in this case, is it the case that we have to declare the data members before the member functions? Public string. It's literally called string. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. String title get and set. What? Wait, does that automatically declare? They don't have getters and setters here. There's no way to get them. Oh my god, there's no way get and set actually gives you those, right? Like get title, get like how do you even do it? Do you do get dot title, get dot author? I have no idea. The syntax is interesting. Public constructor book. I like C#. It's kind of hot. It's like a, I don't know. It's exotic. It's like a lady with a funky name. It's cool. Okay. String title, string author, and we're actually using them nicely here. Only thing is we don't have a member initializer list here like C++ where we're doing, wait, what? They're not even initialized in this body. Are you stupid? Ew, what the fuck is this? Why are you doing it in the constructor? This is just trash. This logic is bad. This is written by a poor person. Or like a bad programmer. I mean, it makes more sense if you could just put it in the constructor, especially if there's no other option. I mean, I think the differences are really like not big. But public method console.writeLine, and then we do ampersand because I have no idea. I guess it's just needed, or not ampersand $sign. Sorry. And then for the what? The program? Oh, the point is we're actually calling it as an example. C# is CS. Oh. To have it inherit after we use a colon. Wait, what? Oh. Oh. Maybe that's why it wasn't working earlier. Public inheritance. Class person. We'll do instead class shape. We'll do sure. Oh, I'm gonna do protected. Oh, I'm gonna try and do protected stuff. This is interesting. Maybe it defaults to private inheritance, and that's why it can't use it. We'll see. Int m num sides, or we'll just say m sides. Yeah, I think num sides makes more sense because sides. What is this? The length of the sides? What does this mean? And then we also have int get num sides const return m num sides. Okay, and then we'll say class triangle protected shape. So far logic's okay. And okay, what if I create a triangle named F? Okay, F. Fuck. Well, we can't really do it here. Wait, it didn't matter because where am I going to use it in here? Do I just use it in the constructor? I mean, I could try this. Oh! Dereference this, or we could do this. Oh shit! You can now. You have to do it protected. If I instead did private inheritance doesn't let me. Private inheritance does let me. If I don't put the wait, what? I swear it wasn't working earlier. Hold, it's inheriting from shape. Triangle. Oops. What? Okay, I guess I'm just stupid. I just typed it wrong earlier. Well, what did I do? Let's go find out what I did earlier. Oh, I didn't even make it fucking inherit. Hello? I didn't even make it inherit. Or this should really be the... Wow, so I could just use it straight. Okay, interesting. Wonder why we need the access specifier before. I guess we're gonna learn that later. Okay. So the point is we do public specifically. So we say class, excuse me, shape, protect, or okay, we'll just do public for now. Excuse me, I'll learn how he wants. Int, not in main. Well, I guess it's not const expression. It can be const though, because the object is what's const expression, not the thing inside. Get num sides, const return m num sides. Oops, colon. Class rectangle, and then we'll say oops, and it inherits. Let's fix the muscle memory. Okay, class rectangle, public shape, public because public inheritance. Not sure what this is yet. And we'll say in the constructor, just to test, and we'll say m num size. Oh, you can actually just get it straight up. Interesting. What if I didn't do that? Oh, well, I guess there's no point in doing this dot whatever. I could just access it, right? Okay, interesting. Excuse me. Okay, this is all Unreal Engine stuff. Nice. Public person. So now he's inheriting from person, so he inherits all the stuff. And that means go to person to see what he's inheriting. Double batting, or you could comment and say, hey, he's got a this and a this and a this. This is, he already has it. It's not, that's why it's not here. Or we could put a separate commented line and say, hey, oh, this is already inherited. Yeah, and then in baseball player, we have the same stuff. And now the point is the baseball player is inheriting from person. Yeah. Cool. He defines two members of its own, batting average and home runs. Yep, makes sense. Data members. Nice. Yes, because person does not have those. Yep. It's got name, it has age, batting average, and home runs. Yep. True, we could also just use it there too, right? So we could say class weapon, and we have int m damage, okay? And then we have include string view. Why? Because we need standard string view. And we have a standard string view. It's called name. Oops. Okay. Then we have class rocket. And then we have, oops, we need an active specifier here. This is going to be public in this case. What is rocket? It inherits from public weapon, or publicly inherits from weapon. And we'll say public, or I guess we could say private inside it, and we say int fragments. I guess rockets fragment to mini rocket things, something like that. And then that's it. And then sure, we could say this is public. I mean, well, really these should just be private, right? And then we could have a public standard string view get name const return name, and this should actually be mname, as should this, because these are data members of classes. Best practice is to put m for the name, int main return 0, and then we create a weapon named I don't know, B52 is not the thing, but we're gonna call it bomb that B52 drops. Okay. Alright, compiles. And then we're going to say bomb that B52 drops dot get name. Can use get name because data member publicly inherited from weapon by rocket from weapon. Oh, cool. Okay, that's all I have time for now. Somehow that was 22 minutes already. Let's see if I can get anything else. Joke name, cool. Yep. Composer runs because Joe is a baseball player. Yeah, because in this case, we created a guy named Joe. Joe is a baseball player. Baseball player inherits from person, meaning that he has an M name and an M age, and we can get his name and get his age. We can also give him this and this and initialize him with this and this, and then boom. The question would be, how do we initialize him with the name and the age? So in this case, oh, the point is duh. We can use the getters and setters from here. So from here, because he's inheriting and it's public inheritance. So from public, we can, is the point that the public is saying where we can access these from? For example, let's say that these are protected and or whatever. These are all protected so that they're usable in the class, but I could make this private inheritance so that even though they're protected here, I can't, well, let's say they're public. So these are public. So normally we could create a baseball player and use these public ones in the public space. But if I make it private, then the public ones cannot be used in the private space. Can I? Well, a little too late to test, but I will verify tomorrow. So, which prints value, or we'll do, this compiles and runs cause Joe. Cause Joe. Jesus. Cause Joe. I'm sitting wrong because my hands are wonk. GG. Okay, more tomorrow.